navigate to the LMS, navigate to the domain where you wish to review it. So in our case, it's going to be Great North Beverage, and go to the main menu, settings, and custom fields. On here, you will see the existing creations made, if there are any. There'll be 3 fields that you can never update, and that is going to be the first name, last name, and email address. These are default fields. Now in our case, if we want to add a new field, you simply go into the option of Add Custom Field. Now the usage and all that stuff is set up later on, but let's talk about how we actually go through this. So once you've clicked on Add Custom Field, you will need to then provide a name and a description, as well as choosing the type of field that it is. And let's explain how this works. The field name is what will be shown for the field. Field description will of course tell you the description of the field. And the field type will be the type of field it is going to be associated with. And there's quite a lot, so let's explain what they do. So you have text and multi-line text. These are virtually the same things, multi-line text just being a larger box, similar to what we see here. Then you have single choice or multiple choice. Pretty straightforward. You can either have an option where the learner is required to select one item or multiple items. Taxonomy is specific to a taxonomy file type. You will need to reach out to support to set something like this up. We will be not going through this in this video. This is custom to clients and must be discussed in that manner, so always reach out to support before trying to upload it here. You then have the date calendar, where the learner can choose a date or provide a date for something. When were they hired? When is their birthday? Document. This could be something along the lines of uploading a document for confirmation, whether it's a license of some kind, whatever you want it to be, or it could even be a rubric that's associated with activities that should only be visible by administrators. Numeric is similar to text, except you can only use numbers. Country code is where you would use an actual country code. These have already been added for you, you don't need to do anything for them. We'll be using this as the example in our video. Deterministic and SCORM deterministic. These are fairly complicated things. Deterministic custom is a field that depends on another for its outcome. As I mentioned, it's an advanced feature, we are not going to cover this right now, but the purpose of knowing they exist is useful. The SCORM version of this works in a similar manner. It is dependent on another output, in this case would be a SCORM package. We'll explain how these work in the future. And then finally you have the 2 options of North American phone number or international phone number. I do want you to keep in mind, depending on what you select here, you cannot change this once it's been created. You can change the name, but that's it. You can't change the field description or the type. So if you make a mistake, you will have to start from scratch, or reach out to the support team and see if there's any way that we can help. As long as the data correlates, such as choosing single choice to multiple choice, or text to multi-line text, we can do something about it. So in our case, we're going to choose country code. Now if you're using something other than country code, such as an item where you would need to provide choices, clicking on the choices tab will allow you to add those items in there. Let's take a quick preview of something like that. Going to an existing one, main menu, settings, and custom fields, we can look at any of the other ones that we see in here. So for example, we have one associated with hierarchy. We click on edit, we click on choices, and in here we can see all the choices that have been added into here. You can click on them and provide different versions of the languages available for them as well as assigning a default choice, meaning this will automatically be selected for you. You can add as many items as you need to. You can also sort the items alphabetically and choose to provide a combo box, which is basically like a predetermined list of items that you can fill out, and then it will provide you an example of what you're trying to fill out. The show rules option will be covered in an advanced video. Usage allows you to assign where this will be used. So in our case, we are assigning it to all activity types and users because we want it to work with both. Because the hierarchy field is kind of what ties everything together. Without this, we can't choose where people get enrolled into, so it's important to assign where it's supposed to go. Options will in turn allow you to update specific areas of the field. This would include choosing if it's going to be hidden from the learner or hidden from the supervisor, Do you wish to block the learner from editing or adding anything to it? Do you wish to block an admin from editing or making changes to it? Will this filter appear as a metadata field on the learner view for search boxes or the catalog pages? Would you like to include it as a column in outputting reports such as completion data and class lists, as well as choosing to exclude the field from roster output files or anything along the lines of that? Once you're done, click on apply. Now, depending on where this is used, you will now see this information. In our case, we will see this whenever we're creating an activity or creating a user.